Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're actually going to be working on the 6.0. Yes, I've been parking everything over here to keep from tree sap. So the white truck is still kind of getting it. If we come over here and look at it, it's all over the windshield. But it is what it is. The 6.0 was getting it terribly, so now it's over here collecting leaves. But anyway, if y'all remember last year, early this year, something like that, I did these custom headlights for this truck. And when we did these, or when I did these, I painted another piece for this truck that I was going to wait to install for when we did a little more color matching. But I forgot about this thing, and it's accumulated a few scratches hanging out in the shop. So, figured today, while I was thinking about it, and I'm not doing anything, we're going to go ahead and get the thing installed. That way, hopefully, it doesn't get forgotten about again, and doesn't accumulate any more scratches and whatever else. So I guess without further ado, we'll fire this thing up. We'll pull it over here and we will get to installing our new piece. So I do want to get to color matching this truck at some point, but I don't want to take it apart quite yet. So there's a few things coming up we need to do with the truck. So I want to get these handles color matched. I want to do something about the mirrors. I would really like to color match the wiper cowl and maybe even the wiper arms here. Might get those powder coated purple to match. I don't really know. We'll see. But anyway, I guess here in a moment, and I need to get these windows re-tinted at some point because they're faded terribly, and I need to get a new window switch at some point. But it's not a big deal. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing over here and we're gonna get this new piece installed. Another thing I wanted to mention, let me flip the camera around here. Alright, so sorry if I look like a crazy man, but there's a few things I've been working on with this truck, reaching out to some companies and whatever else. So hopefully before too long we'll have some more videos with the 6.0 here, and possibly even the white truck 300, but we'll see. We'll see how all that plays out and whatnot, but I do want to start doing some more stuff to this, especially now that I have the 300. The white truck is also operational. We've been leaving the battery hooked up on that truck, and it's not killing batteries anymore. So we should be good to go with that. Hopefully, it hasn't rained in weeks now, but we washed it a couple weeks ago. Battery's been hooked up, and it hasn't killed the battery yet. So hopefully we're good with that now that we got our leak fixed up. So I can drive that truck if I need to. I've been daily in the 300, so I'm not as concerned with leaving this truck down for however long it needs to be for certain things. So hopefully we'll have some stuff with this before too long. But with that being said, let's get this thing down to the shop and go ahead and start getting our new pieces on. Alright guys, so got the truck back in here, and over here, covered in sandblast media and powder coat and everything else, we have my color matched tailgate handle. So first things first, I need to make sure this thing works. I know on, what is it, the white truck, thing doesn't work. So it does actually work on this one. So that's cool. But I've already kind of started here. These on this truck are T30. So we'll zip them out with the impact. We'll get this panel off here and go ahead and start pulling the handle. Alright guys, so I actually just finished this video, but I wanted to mention, I've been trying to remember this, but if y'all are new here or enjoyed today's video, please get down there, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. We are trying to hit 2,500 subscribers before the end of the year. So again, if y'all would do that, I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Alright, so after you get that panel off, it exposes everything in here. Now, if we look and pull your handle up, that's how everything kind of works. Really not that complicated. So, to get this out of here, you have a 10 mil, two 10 mil nuts, one here, one here. This will come off of the handle itself. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that's it. Then down here, you have little pieces that are supposed to keep this tight to the tailgate. They generally break off, and it seems as if these are broken too. So I guess that's part of the whole floppy tailgate issue we're having, or the floppy handle issue we're having with the white truck. That was a brand new handle, painted it, put it in, had to take it back out. Took it back out, the little thing's broke. So now the handle just kind of flops all around. So I guess at some point we're gonna get to try to match that paint, which is gonna be fun, being a 3-stage. But anyway, we'll go ahead and knock these out. Go ahead and take that out behind, that way we don't lose it in the tailgate. Yeah, so just like that, there goes our handle. And we are going to have to swap over our lock. So that's that. And you have little things here, so kind of tilt it and turn it out, and there we have our handle. Now I'm getting eaten by ants here. To get your lock cylinder out, you can take a screwdriver. Sometimes you can do it by hand. So like this one's not gonna have it. You pop these out like so, and this will slip right out of there, kind of keep your orientation. And then I'm gonna get our new one cleaned up, and we'll go ahead and start slipping her in there. Alright, so I didn't clean anything. I'm gonna wait till we get it in, then we'll clean all the fingerprints off of it. But I got my lock cylinder back in. It's all good to go. Tested the functionality of the key. Everything works perfectly fine. So, funny enough, on this thing, these are a little different than they are on the white truck. But as you can see, maybe if the camera focus, probably not. But anyway, there's there you go. There's little teeth on here, and those teeth will kind of grab in here, right there. That kind of keep this thing all snugged up. So this one is actually fine. There's nothing wrong with this one. So we will keep this one, and I might throw this on the white truck. We'll see. If the camera will focus here, maybe. There we go. So, like I said, we'll keep this, and then we'll see if it'll fit in the white truck. If it does, we'll paint it, throw it in the white truck. If it don't, I'll keep it for the next 6 Oaks. I'm probably going to buy another one of these at some point. So, with that being said, now this thing, it's got a couple little runs in it in the clear coat, but we're not worried about that where we're going. At some point, I do want to get a camera style handle, so that's why I'm not really that worried about it. So what you're going to do is come under here, slip this in like so. Try not to gouge the paint on the thing, and I'll get this lined up with the handle itself, and then we'll go ahead and push this thing up in there just like so, and there we have it. So now we can move our little thing here, get those lined up, go ahead, put our 10mm nuts back on there like so, and tighten them, that way you don't cross-thread them. We'll get these tightened back up, and before I put our access panel back on, I'll go ahead, make sure everything works, make sure this thing locks as it should. That, good and tight. German measurement there. And like I said, we'll move all of this, and the new handle did come with the little lock ring thing, so if I did this right, I should be able to close the tailgate and open it just like so. Find where my key went here. We'll test the lock, make sure the lock works. Alright, so it should be lock. I did lock. Seem to be binding here. So I figured this would happen. This happened with the white truck. So I'm gonna pop the tailgate back down. We'll take a look at everything in here, and this is why I wanted to test this. Same thing happened on the white truck. It's not a big deal, but we'll let this thing back down here and see what the issue is. Alright, so as I suspected, because I remember something happened with the white truck and it didn't work, and this is it. So you have this little piece right here. So this piece engages with the little lever in there. So what you got to do, you got to take this and set that back on there, right there. So now if we lock it, you can see it engages. Come down here, full handle, nothing works. And then if we unlock it, you can see it come off. So back to neutral, come back in here and get that guy back on there where it needs to be, and lock. As you can see, the thing keeps coming back out. So I'm pretty sure this is what's wrong with the white truck. So I'm gonna mess with this, see if I can get it, and then we'll put this all back together. We'll get it all cleaned up, and I'll show you what we look like. But again, this is something you kind of want to watch for, because I know, again, the white truck is the exact same way. So just kind of be mindful. And again, this thing should, in theory, kind of index with that in there. But it's kind of difficult to do holding a camera. So I'm going to get this all situated, and we'll take a look at it when we get it all put back together. And there we have it. So unless this thing makes me look like an idiot on camera, which I kind of do myself, I think we got it. So what you got to do, you got to pick this up, push the little lever in that's on the lock actuator itself, push it in, take this piece, pull it, slide it down on top of it, and then unlock, handle, does nothing, or that's lock, and then unlock, as you can see. Alright, so a little tip for y'all, and while I was in here kind of oiled this stuff up, I'm going to take something clean the residue off the tailgate, but I got all this where this works much easier. I got to do that every couple months on these. But anyway, what it did, this thing here, for whatever reason, just kind of flops, just kind of bounces. So there's this little brace underneath it that I guess it's supposed to be riveted to. I don't know, but it's not very tight. So I took this little zip tie, put on there, tighten that up, and now it doesn't jump off again. The zip tie is not tight enough to where it's like super difficult to turn or move, but it's just tight enough to keep it from flopping. So I know this, I thought I remember this truck doing that, or sometimes you would hit that and it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. But if we close the thing, lock, and then unlock, and there we have it. So everything's good to go in here now. Again, all it is on these is 2 10mm nuts, and then you have these little things down in there that kind of grip onto the tailgate, and there we have it. So I'm gonna get our, I love that thing by the way, I'm gonna get our access panel put on, clean the residue out of the inside of the tailgate here, and then I guess that's it. So again, those are T30s. These are 10mm nuts, and you should be good to go with that. And then if you're going to do this, do a little zip tie here to keep that from coming off. So I mean, again, this thing here would kind of bounce off of that, but the zip tie here keeps it from coming off as easy. So we should be good. And then if you ever have to take the handle back out, all you got to do is clip that zip tie and unbolt this, and your handle should come right out. Again, at some point I want to do a at some point I want to do a newer tailgate, but I would also like to relocate my backup camera into the tailgate at some point, but for now this will be sufficient. So I'm going to get this access panel back on here, and we will take a look at our finished product. So there we have it. Pretty good match, I would say myself, but sadly the paint on the handle is much nicer than the paint on this tailgate. This tailgate, I don't know what they did to this truck, whoever had it prior, but it's this poor thing, I want to say, hasn't had the best life. And funny enough, talking about that, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. Stuff like that. That's buffing marks, or sanding marks, one of the two. I'm gonna say this truck has probably been wrecked before, because I mean, these marks like this are all over the truck. Again, this poor thing. At some point, I'm going to paint correct this thing and try to clean it up the best as possible. But I don't know how to do that yet, so we'll figure it out at some point. But we step back here, try not to fall over anything. That looks much better. So again, at some point I want to do a 11 to 16 style tailgate. And the thing with the 11 to 16s, I think it's 11 to 16s versus 08 to 10s. The 10s have a body line that goes from here across. The 11 to 16s have one that go from the top of the tail light down under the handle and back across. They have the square handle with the big emblem in the center. I like those much better personally. I would also like to do the newer style rear bumper. I've been looking for one, but I can't seem to find one that's not like $400 around here. That's not just completely destroyed. And I know I can get a new one on eBay. I know it's not OEM, but I can get a new one on eBay for like $200. So it doesn't make sense to pay new aftermarket price for one that's just totaled. Same thing with the tailgate. I really don't want to pay $1,000 for a tailgate that I'm gonna have to paint. So that's kind of the deal there. But the aftermarket tailgates don't say Super Duty in the bottom. So that's that. But I would like to do some more color match on this thing. Like I said, I want to get the handles done, the door handles. I'd like to get the mirrors done, the cowl, because y'all know on the white truck we painted everything. It has the street scene, smooth bed caps, smooth tailgate cap. This one is in the bed of the truck because it flew off going down the interstate. Because street scene, even though those are very expensive caps, just send you double stick tape to put them on with. But I'd like to do those. I'd like to do the handles. I want to do something a little different with the handles. We'll talk about that later. Again, color match the mirrors. I'd like to do chrome cap mirrors, so I need to find some of those. I'd like to paint this cowl. We painted the cowl on the white truck. Now I'll show you all that here in just a moment. But anyway, guys, well, I guess that's gonna be it. So one other thing I was gonna mention, I still have my FX4 factory skid plate right here for this truck. Came off of this truck when we did the fuel system. My question to y'all, do y'all want to see me modify this thing and throw it back on, or should we just leave it off or whatever? I was thinking we might could modify it, throw it back on the truck and make a video with that, and then possibly powder coat it as well. So y'all let me know, is that something y'all want to see, or should we just leave the thing off? The generator, we got the generator back together, so it's going to go back to my grandpa's girlfriend's house this weekend, so it'll be out of there either way. But I'm thinking we might try to do some color match on this thing within the next week or so. But guys, I reckon that is probably going to be a wrap for today's video. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.